Since last Saturday, there's been over 23,000 flights canceled, and I mean, those are really, really huge disruptions. Most of the airspace is still closed. What the UAE and Qatar have been able to do is create safe air corridors where they can operate a limited number of flights, and that's just going to be for evacuations, and some have been to bring in medicine into the UAE. But still, flights are canceled, regularly scheduled flights are still canceled, and Bahrain, Kuwait, UAE, and Qatar, their airspaces are closed, and people are having to go to Oman and Saudi Arabia to evacuate from those countries.
Yeah, I mean, how quickly could normal flight operations resume once airspace reopens? Or, are we talking about weeks of potential knock-on disruption once things sort of normalize?
So yesterday we talked to Kuwait's low-cost carrier Jazeera Airways, and they said that they could be operational within 6 hours of the airspace opening. And that's just for any specific airline. They will take a few hours just to be up and back and running. But for us, the passengers, it's going to take weeks at least to get everything back on track. You're not going to be able to book a flight. They're mostly going to be dealing with the backlog. They're going to have to be dealing with the luggage. They're going to have to deal with all their planes that are out of position, all their cabin crew that are scattered around the world. It's going to take weeks, and I mean, the impacts could be potentially up to months. There's going to be huge financial losses for these airlines, and this is going to affect airlines globally as this airspace has become so important for global traffic.
Yeah, for sure. Key corridor connectors between East and West. Leen, we're also hearing, and I know some of them, travelers who've chosen to take a car to Riyadh, to other hubs, to Oman. Obviously, that's emerging. What do we know about those travelers and using those alternative routes?
Yeah, Joanna, we're hearing all these crazy stories about people who are having to evacuate after being locked down. Some have spent 72 hours trying to get out of Doha to Berlin. You have the rich millionaires who are taking these fancy Range Rovers, going and taking private jets from Oman and Saudi Arabia. But you also have the regular everyday traveler who got stuck here. They're having to pay thousands to cab drivers. There are huge WhatsApp chats where people are trying to organize how to get across the border to Oman and how to get to the airport. Oman Air has added dozens of flights to accommodate all the people evacuating. Muscat Airport is swarmed with private jets. And every day people are having to figure out how to cross these countries that they've never visited and, go through the desert, have to meet up with random people just to get across and to be able to go back home.